health is not something we can buy. However, it can be an extremely valuable savings account. Every positive choice you make is a deposit into this account, while every neglectful habit act as a withdrawal, unlike a financial bank, where you might be able to take out a loan during a crisis. The Bank of Health rarely offers credit. You can only draw from the strength and resilience you have already stored away.
In the world of finance, compound interest is often called the eighth wonder of the world. The same principle applies to our bodies. A single 20-minute walk or a nutritious meal might seem insignificant in the moment, but when compounded over decades, these small microdeposits build a massive reserve of vitality. I'm Dr. Ryan Buendia, interventional cardiologist from St. Luke's Medical Center, BGC.
And I'm Pier Pastor. Good morning, wellness investors. This show will remind all of us that the greatest investment we will ever make is in ourselves. Welcome to the new health show on the Billionaire News Channel. Wellness is wealth. Today we will talk about perimenopause or menopausal transition, which is the natural transition phase before menopause. But before that, we will bring you the latest updates on health from around the globe. Here are the top stories. Researchers at the University of California, San Francisco, or UCSF, have identified ferritin light chain 1, or FTL1, as a primary driver of brain aging, particularly in the hippocampus, the region responsible for learning and memory. FTL1 naturally rises as the brain ages. This also helps store iron in the brain. Its excessive amount leads to disrupted iron metabolism and impaired mitochondrial function, which is the cell's powerhouse. High level of FTL1 weakens the connection between brain cells because it makes neurons grow abnormally, forming fewer and shorter branches of neurites. In landmark mouse studies, reducing FTL1 levels in older brains led to a reversal of impairments. The neurons began building youthful connections, and cognitive performance on memory tests significantly improved. Scientists believe that lost cognitive function can be restored by targeting FTL1, either by blocking the protein itself or by boosting the cellular metabolism affected by it. Good news for coffee lovers. Recent studies say 2 to 3 cups of coffee help with stress and focus, but timing matters as much as the quantity. Before sipping your first cup, try waiting for 90 minutes after waking up. This allows your body's natural cortisol levels to peak and dip, preventing the caffeine crash later in the day. Pero paalala, ang madalas na pag-inom ng kape ay nagiging dahilan din ng pagbaba ng ating magnesium sa katawan. Magnesium is crucial for energy production, protein synthesis, muscle contraction, nerve function, and blood pressure regulation. Adding magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds or spinach to your daily meal can enhance the relaxation benefits you get from coffee. The World Health Organization and the Philippines Department of Health will implement stricter control measures including Empower package and strengthened sin tax reforms on tobacco products. Ito ay matapos lumabas ang resulta ng isang pag-aaral na mahigit 100,000 Pilipino ang namamatay kada taon dahil sa paninigarilyo. These efforts back the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control to address the rising threats from both traditional cigarettes and vaping with nicotine products, contributing to the top causes of mortality in the country. In relation to that, smoke and vape-free na ang city of Baguio. Gustong pumayat ng mabilis para makahabol sa summer? Medyo late na po. We should have started earlier. And FDA warns about some injectable weight loss remedies na nauuso ngayon. May naglalabasan umano kasi na mga gamot na hindi naman approved by the Food and Drug Administration. Gustong pumayat ng mabilis para makahabol ang summer body bago matapos ang tag-init? Maghunos dili dahil may babala ang Food and Drug Administration sa naglalabasan ngayong injectables na pampapayat umano pero hindi naman aprobado ng ahensya. May mga gamot naman talagang tinatawag na tirzepatide na originally ay para sa mga may diabetes. Pero nakita na may magandang epekto ito sa mga obese. Kaya inirerekomenda na rin para sa sobrang mabibigat ang timbang na nahihirapang magbawas.
Mga injectables na gamot sa diabetic ay meron lamang pong 2 brand na register po sa Food and Drug Administration. Sa ating pong mga tagapanood, pwede po nilang i-visit ang aming verification portal. So that's verification.fda.gov.ph para malaman po nila yung mga rehistradong gamot.
Ang mga hindi rehistradong gamot ay nabibili umano online at may halong compounded peptides na maaaring hindi makabubuti sa kalusugan.
Kasi hindi po ito dumaan sa masusing evaluation at pagsusuri po ng FDA kung saan hindi din po natin alam na kung ang paglalagay ba nito sa mga ampules ay hindi kontaminado ang kanilang mga manufacturing facilities. So, at the moment po, the FDA is investigating on it and we would like to trace kung saan po nanggagaling yung po kanilang mga ipinoproduce, especially po sa online market.
Iniimbestigahan din daw ng FDA ngayon ang mga ulat na ang injectables ay itinuturok sa mga aesthetic clinics at hindi mula sa licensed health professionals. Pinaaalalahanan ng publiko na hindi nakasisiguro sa safety and efficacy sa anumang produkto lalo na ang pagkain at gamot na hindi aprobado o rehistrado sa FDA. Ladies, nakakaranas ba kayo ng sudden hot flashes? Paiba-iba ng mood o irregular period? Nasa perimenopausal stage ka na. Parang yun na nga yung nararamdaman ko. Sana hindi pa. Ang perimenopause o minsan tinatawag nilang second puberty is a natural transition toward menopause. This usually starts when a woman is around 40 years old, but sometimes as early as mid-30s when hormones starts to fluctuate. Huwag kayong mabahala dahil ito ay normal lang sa ating mga kababaihan.
Maliban sa mga hot flashes, mood swings at irregular menstrual period, maaaring makaranas ang ibang babae na nasa perimenopausal stage ng brain fog or malabong pag-iisip, insomnia o hirap makatulog, at joint muscle ache, pananakit ng mga kasukasuan. For many women, the onset of perimenopause can feel like an unfamiliar territory, marked by sudden changes in energy, mood, and overall well-being. Behind this diagnosis are stories of subtle but steady changes. Meet a yoga and Pilates instructor who, despite guiding others towards strength and balance, found herself navigating the quiet challenges of hormonal shifts.
Well, I don't like all the symptoms that I'm feeling because one is like hassle siya, right? But I think for me is because it's a matter of acceptance. Because like, what am I gonna do? So kung magtatampo ako and magbibisit ako and mang-aasar ako, maninira ako ng, araw ng ibang tao dahil because of what I'm feeling, that's not gonna make things better.
40 years old noon si Joy Jacinto nang mapansin ang ilang sintomas ng perimenopause. Una daw dito ang weight gain na mahirap i-control. Sumunod na doon ang iba pang mga symptoms.
There's weight gain, there's also maybe even some anxiety attacks, irritability and mood swings. Yeah, also, so those started to happen.
Out of the common 34 symptoms before menopausing, meron daw siyang 21 na dinadanas, kabilang ang ilang pananakit ng katawan.
Muscle pain, especially on the shoulders, like for me. Frozen shoulder, tightness of the shoulder, there's a lot of reported cases about perimenopausal women encountering that, so I definitely feel that. headaches and migraine.
Kumonsulta na si Joy sa iba't ibang doktor para sa mga nararamdaman niya, gaya ng OB/GYN. Lumapit na din siya sa PT at chiropractor. Ang hypertension at chest pains naman ang nagtulak kay Joy na magpatingin sa isang cardiologist. Pinaka-uncomfortable daw para sa kanya ay ang irregular periods. Minsan ilang buwan na wala siyang menstrual flow. At nang bumalik naman ito ay sobrang heavy. Gaya din ang sinasabi ng ilang dumaranas ng perimenopause. Nakararanas din daw si Joy ng libido changes at vaginal dryness.
I know that when it's ovulation and based on the cycle, when you're ovulating, you should also be like, sex. Like, let's have sex. And when I'm ovulating, I don't have that urge anymore. Yeah. Or I don't ovulate.
Mabuti na lang at may high self-awareness si Joy dahil sa kanyang practices bilang isang stress management therapist, sound therapist, yoga, pilates, and qigong instructor. Malaking tulong daw ito sa kanya. Ayon naman sa mga eksperto, malaking papel ang ginagampanan ng mga husband o partners kapag dumating ang perimenopause at menopausal stages ng isang babae. Experts believe that kailangan pinag-aaralan din ito ng mga lalaki at may baon silang maraming pangunawa. Dito lucky si Joy to have a very understanding and supportive partner.
First thing he'll ask is, what can I do? And I super appreciate that. And I don't think it's just about the sex. I don't think it's just about the sex. I think it's about, the woman being able to communicate freely. If any relationship is based just on sex, then it's bound to be really shallow anyway, right? So it's about the female being able to express and communicate and the partner being able to communicate right back.
Kabilang sa self-care ni Joy, sinisiguro niya na simulan ang kanyang araw ng tama with lots of stretchings and a good breakfast. At hindi daw talaga siya agad gumagamit ng gadget pagkagising. Joy says starting the day right makes her symptoms of perimenopause manageable.
Para mas maunawaan pa natin kung ano ang perimenopause, makakasama natin ngayong araw si Dr. Sherry Bondoc. Dr. Sherry Bondoc is a board-certified fellow of the Philippine Obstetrical and Gynecological Society and a certified member of the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. She completed her fellowship in metabolic and endocrine medicine through the Metabolic Medical Institute of George Washington University in the U.S. She gained her advanced training in hormonal and metabolic health optimization. Currently, Dr. Sherry is the medical director of the Core Clinic, where she leads a team of delivering physician-guided, personalized, focused, and optimizing health through the management of hormonal and metabolic conditions. Dr. Sherry, good morning.
Good morning, Doc Ryan.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tina. And it's nice to be here.
Alright. So, Doctor, curious lang ako, ano ba yung kaibahan ng regular OB, regular OB, than your specialization na merong hormone expertise ang nakadugtong doon. So you studied additional expertise on hormones.
Yeah. Wala naman masyadong difference here. I'm also of course, I'm an OB/GYN. It's just that I studied further. So I did a masterals on hormone and metabolic health, which is dwelling more on hormones and its effects on the body and its effects on metabolism.
Correct. Doc, the importance lang kung bakit kailangan pag-aralan yung hormones na nakakaapekto sa iba't ibang bahagi ng katawan.
Yeah. Ang typical kasi na alam ng mga tao, yung hormones lalo na sa babae, it's just to regulate menstruation. Kaya nga sabi nila, okay, menopause na ako kasi wala nang menses. And that's it. That ends there. The information ends there. No? But hormones has a more important role, and it's actually a woman's master endocrine system. So when we say endocrine hormones, marami tayong hormones sa katawan, di ba,
Yes.
Doc Ryan? May thyroid, may insulin. Okay? Ang mga hormones, instructions to sila. They tell your body what to do. They tell an organ what to do. So with the right instructions, your body is able to function well. Okay?
Alright.
So in menopause, when you lose estrogen, estrogen dictates all your organs to function well. Not just function, but function well lang.
Yes,
So kung mawala yung instructions na yon, para kang sasakyan na walang maintenance.
Okay,
No?
okay.
So kaya doon nagkakagulo yung function ng heart, ng brain.
So parang nawawala, doktora, yung regulation, yung proper
Yes.
regulation ng body metabolism.
Yes,
ano?
it's not vital for you to live. You still can live.
Yes.
No? The question there is, what's the quality of life?
Alright. Doc, ano po ang perimenopause? And what's the difference between perimenopause and menopause na po?
So, you're correct when you said that it's a phase before menopause. No? So again, most would know that menopause, wala ka ng menses. Perimenopause, years before you have menopause. Pero bakit siya important? Because doon sa period ng perimenopause, doon nangyayari yung mga significant changes to the organs, no, to the body's organs. And therefore, in a way, once you know that you are in perimenopause, you're still able to do things to prevent the diseases that sets in when you are already in menopause. No, like I said, maintenance kailangan bago masira. Kasi pag sira na, wala ka na magagawa.
Okay.
No? Like osteoporosis, a lot of women do not know that you can actually prevent osteoporosis. No, isa lang yun. So what else for heart health, brain health, no, digestive health? These are things that can actually be prevented. If not prevented, at least minimized.
Doc, what are the early signs of this perimenopause? Ano po yung mga binababantayan na, uy, nasa perimenopause stage na pala ako?
Again, you just go to the basic, no? Hindi na nagfa-function properly ang katawan.
Okay.
Isipin ko yun, no? So, brain fog.
Yan.
Heart,
Tatanong ko
that's
yan.
where you get palpitations, hypertension, no?
Okay.
Liver, nagkakaroon ng fatty liver, or hindi na maganda yung digestion because of a liver dysfunction.
Okay.
Tumataba kasi hindi na masyadong effective ang insulin hormone. So, anything that disrupts the way a body should properly function, that's what happens. So, yeah, that's why, and sometimes also that's what makes it difficult to diagnose because it is very vague. No? The symptoms are very vague.
Okay. Doon ako may tanong, Doc. Bakit ba tumataba? Di ba? Minsan wala namang masyadong kinakain, hindi ka naman nag-rise ng ganong kabongga, pero talagang pag dumating yung...
Nagda-diet na, pero...
Pag dumating yung panahon na yun, hawa, talagang lumalaki. Yes, Doc.
So, maraming factors that contribute. This is what we call your metabolic health, nga, no? Yung capacity mo to burn things.
Yes.
But in menopause, like I said, yung insulin mo hindi na masyadong nagtatrabaho. Yung insulin, tumutulong yan sa'yo para ma-process mo ng maayos yung mga carbohydrates. So medyo, instead of you burning carbohydrates, you store it more. Especially on the belly area, which a lot of women are able to.
Ouch.
Right? And then of course, yung endocrine system natin, that's why they are called the system because they work together. So if your ovaries is a hormonal system, your thyroid is also a hormonal system. No? So some thyroid hormones or some thyroid organs medyo nagsuslow down na din. That's your metabolism hormone. So sila yung nagsasabi sa katawan na magsunog ka para maging energy. No? So kung wala yon, then you also fail to burn these calories.
Doktora, paano mo how do you educate your patients? Kasi if they're aware, usually, di ba, as medical practitioners, if you educate your patient well, mas susunod at yung compliance mas tataas.
Yeah.
How do you educate your patients whenever you discuss these things with them?
Yeah, okay. So that's one of the difference with the consultation that I do compared to when I was just a conventional OB. No? Kulang ang 10 to 15 minutes na consultation. You really have to go through it and explain properly to the patient what's happening. To understand menopause, perimenopause, and to be proactive about it, your primary tool is education and information. Kaya importante yun, bago mo gamutin or bago ko gamutin yung pasyente, kailangan alam ko na naiintindihan niya kung what she's going through.
Okay. Yun nga, Doc. Bakit ba may hot flashes? Unahin ko yun. Saan galing si hot flashes? And other women really feel uncomfortable about that. So,
yung control kasi ng temperature sa brain yun eh.
yes.
So again there, so if your brain is malfunctioning, no? Yung temperature regulation, there's temperature dysregulation, which sa mga doktor, alam natin yun as vasomotor problem, no? So biglang, biglang malakas yung flow ng blood, biglang hindi. And that causes that hot flashes.
I see.
But, and again, a lot of studies is already showing that women who feel the hot flashes, they're more prone to cardiovascular diseases.
I see.
So, kaya pag may hot flash, huwag kang mag-concentrate sa hot flash. Tingnan mo yung blood pressure mo. Patingnan mo yung cholesterol mo because chances are this is very much related with cardiovascular diseases.
Before that, I'd just like to ask this po. Yung brain fogging o yung parang nagkukulang ka sa concentration ba, Dok?
Or nasisiraan ng ulo daw na face.
Or,
Parang naghahang.
When you say brain fog, parang naghahang.
Yes.
Diba? So, kahit matalino yung tao,
Yeah,
nangyayari siya, Dok. So, why?
Okay. During perimenopause, again, what happens is your estrogen goes lower. No? One of the things or one of the changes that happens there is your brain now, ang primary fuel ng brain is glucose. We
Yes.
all know that, Doc. No? But when estrogen is low, the brain shifts. It now relies on ketones. Slower yung ketone pag nasunog. Parang premium na gasoline at saka hindi premium. I'm not so familiar with it. Pero ganon. Mas matagal siyang sunugin. So yung processing mas slower.
Okay.
Hindi siya sakit. Again, it's just that your body is adapting now to the changes.
Okay.
No? So ang key mo doon, when you have a brain fog, is improve the way your brain is nourished. Para hindi siya tuloy-tuloy magkakasakit. No? So you don't get... Kasi nagsishrink ang brain ng babae during menopause by 25 to 30%.
I don't like that.
Okay? So yun lang, no? Yung pag nag-shrink yung brain.
Pag nag-shrink ba yung brain, nabubobo? Tama ba?
Well, one of the things that changes. But then the brain is very resilient. Pag inalagaan mo siya, sinuportahan mo siya, babalik yung density ng
I see.
brain.
Okay, that's good. Sa atin pong pagbabalik, kung nakakaapekto ba sa intimacy ng mag-asawa ang ilang sintomas na nararanasan ng babae kapag siya ay nasa perimenopause stage. Dr. You will still stay with us. Keep it here on Billionaire News Channel. Wellness is Wealth. Yes, okay. When performance art meets fitness, it can be breathtaking yet intimidating. For our Wellness in Motion today, we are taking wellness to new heights as we explore aerial silks, a form of circus art that combines acrobatics and dance. Aerialist Victoria Velasco shows us you don't have to be an acrobat or a gymnast to practice this captivating workout, which now making its way in the world of wellness. Rapid and graceful spins, jaw-dropping drops. Aerial silks is a form of aerial acrobatics where one performs while hanging from a long specialized fabric. For Aerial Elite Silks champion Victoria Velasco, the art of aerial silks is meant to be shared. Also known as aerial contortion, aerial ribbons, or aerial tissues, this apparatus, which incorporates acrobatics with theatrics and circus, is no longer limited to the stage.
Aerial silks is an aerial apparatus where we wrap and climb the silk so that we can create beautiful shapes and sequences with it. It's a kind of calisthenic or gymnastic kind of exercise. We use a lot of upper body as well as lower body strength with it as well.
Made from strong, slightly stretchy material, aerial silks uses long, durable fabric designed to support the full weight of the body. It is rigged securely from the ceiling, which is 14 to 16 feet high for beginners.
but can go as high as hundreds of feet for intermediate aerialist. For anyone navigating fear of heights or motion sickness, Victoria shows a gentle starting point.
To be able to climb this, we'll hold onto the silks, wrap around one foot, and step exactly where the foot and the fabric overlap.
Unlike other apparatus, aerial silks relies purely on fabric. Aerial silks does not require acrobatics or gymnastics experience. The strength, control, and technique to climb, wrap, and hold positions can be learned. It develops core stability, upper and lower body, grip strength, and overall body awareness, making it a dynamic full-body workout.
No, there are no prerequisites to it at all. Having some experience with flexibility will help you maybe, but it's definitely not a requirement.
Through a slow guided progressions, anyone who is willing to learn can start performing basic movements close to the ground before eventually ascending. Aerialists Megan, Mayrel, and Ange never thought they would fall in love with a nerve-wracking acrobatic art. But what started with curiosity ended up as a decade-long art expression and fitness workout.
When I first started doing aerial, I felt like it was really hard because I didn't have any background, but I also really enjoyed it because I also felt really pretty, and it was a great feeling whenever I'd be able to do a trick and feel accomplished. So I kept doing it, and then I became good at it.
Despite aerial silk's physical demands, Mayrel finds a sense of calm in between the silks. Her mind settles and her body slows down in mid-air, boosting her confidence, creativity, and focus.
I used to be a corporate girly. I worked for 24 years in the corporate world, so whenever I do aerial arts, it's my safe space. It's my rest from all the decisions that I need to do in the corporate world back then.
There's always that scary feeling that one might fall, but attorney Ange chooses to rise above it and makes every climb worth it. With every twist and twirl, she says aerial silks has helped her evolve into a person she is today.
It was intimidating at first, especially because I was deathly afraid of heights. But at the same time, it was very challenging also that I wanted to pursue the art. It was also my stress reliever from my work.
This gravity-defying discipline is becoming a staple in the wellness world, and its unique ability to reset both the nervous system and the physical body, and it's for everyone.
Oh my gosh, it's the best feeling ever to be able to see people accomplish things that they've never been able to do before and to surprise themselves when they do it. There's really a look on their face that's like, oh my gosh, I'm here, I got it. And even them, like when they come out of their shapes, they like cheer for themselves when they come out, when they step down on the mat. Everybody's like, yay, I did it, like that.
Victoria says that every climb to the top can bring a sense of achievement and pride to anyone who chooses to conquer fear. What's more, a supportive community awaits, bringing social support a sense of belonging and purpose. But like any endeavor, prioritize safety. Always use crash mat and seek professional instruction before you ascend, fly, and dance in the air.
Alright. So, parang gusto ko yon. Parang gusto ko yung sumasabit-sabit na gano'n. Pero pwede pa ba yun sa edad ko? Or Doc, itatanong ko lang kayo ito. Is it okay if we're perimenopausing to do those exercises, yung parang yoga in the air?
Yes, of course. What makes a perimenopausic woman different from a younger woman? No?
Okay.
So, yeah, kasi hindi naman siya sakit eh.
Yes,
No,
yes.
hindi siya sakit. So, in fact, it's a phase wherein you need to make yourself stronger, more agile. So, those things will help.
Okay, balik lang tayo dun sa na-mention na symptoms, Doc, ng perimenopause. Vaginal dryness and breast tenderness, nakaka-affect po ba siya sa intimacy ng mag-asawa, mag-partner, ganyan po?
Yes, of course, definitely. No? Again, it's not just about vaginal dryness. A lot of women can also relate to this. It's also the loss of libido, actually. No? So kung may changes may moisture changes on the vaginal area, the perimenopause also causes brain changes, and that includes your neurotransmitters. No? The one for happiness. Kaya nga may mood swings din.
So this episode is also important for husbands like us.
Yes.
Kasi para at least maintindihan din namin na yung perimenopausal or menopausal stage ng mga wives, minsan hindi din namin na iintindihan.
Yeah.
So this is a very educational way of telling our audiences na may mga ganun pala.
Kahit doctor ka, Doc.
Yes, kasi nakafocus ako sa cardiovascular disease. But sometimes, sabi ko nga kay doktora kanina, it's very subjective sometimes, the symptoms.
Yes.
So akala mo may nagawa kang
Mali.
or may kasalanan ka, yun pala, it's part of the process of a certain age group ng women na ganito pala, which is hindi madali.
And the thing about that, Dr. Ryan, is that a woman is not even aware of these changes. Pati siya, kasi hindi niya kayang i-control. So a lot of women will say, bakit ako nagalit ng gano'n and I have to lecture my children for 2 hours? Nare-realize na nila that happens. No? So it's a transition that even women, they have no power over it. And therefore, one of the best things that we can do is actually support that.
Yes.
No? Hindi mo kailangan magbigay ng solusyon, pero just being aware that you understand, no? And even giving space. Giving space. No? Hindi mo kailangang awayin pag nag-mood swings. Just understand na nag-mood swings to kasi kahit siya hindi niya naiintindihan bakit siya nag-mood swings.
Now, earlier, Doc, sabi mo nga, hindi kailangan i-stop yung intimacy. Kasi nga wala sa mood, tapos may masakit, nahihirapan. So ano yung...
Well, of course, if it's just plain vaginal dryness, meron namang solusyon doon, no? Which is, we give usually estriol, which is the hormone, no, that in a way parang restores moisture in the vaginal area. But like I said, what is more important there is how a woman feels.
Yes.
So she needs to feel, kasi yung iba nawawalan din ng confidence. No? Pangit na ako.
Kasi ayaw ko.
Tapos parang yun, hindi pa ako naiintindihan ng husband ko.
Pero
So it's really very complicated.
Kasi I think it goes also both ways.
Yes.
Mag-e-effort yung wife, mag-e-effort din yung husband. Kasi of course these are changes in the body wherein hindi rin naman nakokontrol ng babae. So dapat mag-usap, di ba?
Yes.
It's an important thing in terms of communication and how we do these things sa couple.
Kung kailangan ma-educate yung babae, even the husband more,
husband.
kailangan ma-educate.
Okay. Now, Doc, bakit iba-iba? Why does the symptoms vary per woman? Diba parang yung iba, parang hindi naman nila naramdaman yung...
Iba swerte, no?
Yes.
Wala masyado.
Pero yung iba, like, bakit meron pa siyang mga panic attack, may mga ganyan pa, talagang mahirap. So, anong nangyayari doon, Doc?
Again, it depends on what system of the body is affected. No?
I
Pero
see.
in the first place, kung talagang medyo unhealthy na yung mga systems mo, chances are, mas mafe-feel mo yung symptoms. No? Like, a new car is always better than a second-hand car. It's like that. No? Pero, again, hindi siya something that you cannot do anything anymore. So you can still improve. That's the purpose lang, or that's really the main goal why women they need to be aware what perimenopause is and that they can still do something about it.
Important kasi dito din, Pierre, is we will avoid yung tinatawag na end organ damage. So itong perimenopausal period, we can still reverse or even prevent yung mga cardiovascular, cerebrovascular, or metabolic diseases na pwede pang i-correct. So the earlier that you are able to intervene and educate yung patient, mas maiiwasan natin yung end organ damage like heart attack, stroke, and all of these life-threatening diseases later on.
Alright. Sabi niyo nga kanina, Doc, na naunang lumalapit sa inyo ang mga
Yes.
pasyente kesa sa dapat pwede pa siyang i-manage.
Yes.
Oo, dun sa perimenopausal stage. Opo.
Before perimenopause, hindi uso sa mga babae ang stroke. Pero after perimenopause, that's the #1 cause of morbidity and mortality, no? Sickness or death in women.
I see, because of
The effect of
the
low hormones on the cardiovascular system, on your cholesterol health. No, may iba, all throughout ang healthy ng cholesterol, biglang pag perimenopause, nagtaasan ka agad.
Lahat, oo,
Even
sabay-sabay.
with the same diet, even with the same activity.
Kaya lagi namin sinasabi sa mga patients is swerte yung mga babae during their productive age years. Kasi may estrogen, you have protection against cardiovascular and cerebrovascular disease. Sinasabi nila na ang mga lalaki mas maagang nagkakaroon ng stroke, ng heart attack. It's
Kasi
because
wala
we
kayong
don't have
estrogen.
that benefit. Pero kasi ito nga, in-educate tayo ni Doktora wherein itong transition phase ng babae, important to focus on it. Kasi nga, if you're not educated on who the proper specialist will be, hindi mo mape-prevent yung ibang mga diseases later on.
Yes. So interesting, Doc, no? Now, Doc, ito. When should someone experiencing menopause see a doctor? Perimenopause, see a doctor po? Ano po yung
The moment,
signs?
the moment they have symptoms, no, a woman should just say, may brain fog ako. Anong gagawin ko? Parang ano, like, be more empowered. Be more empowered. No? Ask questions deeper. Ito bang brain fog ko? Baka mamaya affected na yung blood pressure ko, kaya decreased or mas bumababa yung blood flow sa brain. No? Symptoms are always signs from our body. You have to listen to these symptoms.
Alright.
Otherwise, you won't know what's happening inside. Right?
Okay.
That's why we get these symptoms.
Yes, Doc.
Doktora, additional question. Kasi if it affects the quality of life of a female with perimenopausal or menopausal period, can we discuss ano yun naman yung treatment options that you can offer to them?
Yeah. So, like I said, very basic. What perimenopause is happening kasi bumabagsak na yung estrogen. So, therefore, what would definitely help is hormone replacement. No? Pwede mong bigyan ang babae ng estrogen para mag-recover ulit yung mga dahang-dahang nasisirang pati ng katawan.
Sabi nyo nga, Doc, para hindi maranasan yung masasakit na ano ng menopause, sa peri, i-address
Doon mo
siya.
na i-address.
Oo.
Yeah.
So, what do you do po pag may lumapit na patient? Ano po ang step-by-step na ginagawa?
So, ang una is we really check all the organs. No? So, yung mga basic lang na blood test. Pero that includes the cholesterol, sugar, kasi titingnan mo kung ano na yung mga nasisira or hindi na maganda yung function. No? Siyempre, yun, ina-address yun. No? So, pwedeng i-refer sa cardio kung meron ng hypertension, sa endocrinologist kung talagang may diabetes na. No? But yeah, the first thing that I do is, if necessary na, I give hormone replacement. So again, para ang role ng hormone replacement is for your body to recover.
Okay.
No? So think of it as vitamins, parang gano'n. No? You give yourself vitamins when you're sick.
Okay. Sa treatment pa din, Doc, 'di ba? So aside from the hormones that meron pa bang iba na kailangan gawin dun sa isang babae? And ano po yung medyo bad na yung situation niya dun sa kaya pa?
Conventionally, of course, so medyo system-based, no? So based on symptoms. Kaya kung may hypertension, they take antihypertensive meds kung may mataas ang sugar. That's a conventional way, no? That's a conventional way. But as simple as lifestyle changes, dietary changes, exercise, all the things that's basic for good health is basic for hormone health.
Maraming salamat, Doc Cherie, for joining us today. And ano po yung last words ninyo para sa ating wellness investors watching all over?
Okay, so perimenopause is not just a phase, but it's the turning point for your your long-term well-being. Education and information is what gives you or what empowers you. So you need to read more on it, know more things about it, and then be proactive about it.
So we'll just take a short break. Keep it here on Billionaire News Channel. Wellness is Wealth.
As women enter perimenopause, natural hormonal shifts, particularly the decline in estrogen and progesterone, can affect how the body functions. As estrogen levels decline, its appetite-regulating effect on the central nervous system also declines, which results to higher food intake. The metabolism may slow down too, bone density may begin to decrease, and body fat can accumulate. Experts strongly advise aging women to change their food behavior during this stage, which can be achieved through nutrition counseling and intervention. Perimenopausal women are being urged to focus on a diet which consists of a variety of food with anti-inflammatory properties, those rich in calcium and phytoestrogens to help ease the symptoms. Food with anti-inflammatory properties include whole grains such as oats, quinoa, and brown rice, nuts such as peanuts and Brazil nuts, legumes such as chickpeas and lentils. Calcium-rich food recommendations include low-fat dairy such as yogurt, unsweetened soy milk, tofu, and green leafy vegetables. For food that may be high in phytoestrogen, women can add the following to their diet: soy products, flax seeds, fruits such as grapes, apples, pomegranates, and vegetables like celery. Phytoestrogens are naturally occurring compounds found in plant-based food that can mimic the effects on estrogen in the body. The recommended fluid intake for women experiencing perimenopause and menopause is 33 ml per kilogram per day, which can be evenly distributed throughout the day. A regular eating schedule is also advised to maintain the circadian rhythm. Examples of healthy dishes for perimenopausal women are berry smoothies with chia seeds and quinoa with vegetable bowls. Pinasilip ng isang malaking private hospital sa Quezon City ang bago nilang building na malapit ng makumpleto. Ito umano ay magdadagdag ng 120 bed capacity sa ospital. Aasahan din umano ang improved accessibility and convenience para sa mga pasyente. Magiging smart building daw ito kung saan mas madali umanong mananavigate ng mga pasyente. Makikita na dito lahat ng mga makabagong diagnostic areas at laboratories, mga modern operating suites at mga specialized care spaces.
The planning has been very extensive. It's both the stakeholders, our doctors, the ones who use the space, as well as our patients. So it was planned in such a way with the patient and the doctor in mind. We want to elevate the experience of the patient, meaning we wanted everything to be in one place so that if you need a laboratory or if you need an ultrasound, it's going to be in one place. Unlike before, you have to go to different places.
Maiiwan naman sa lumang building ang 20% na hospital service, kabilang ang emergency room na magiging mas maluwang na, pati na ang women's care facility. Squirrels sighted in some parts of Metro Manila. They may be cute but could pose danger to human health, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources warns. They are Finlayson squirrels, scientifically known as Calliusurus finlaysoni. They are spotted in parks around Metro Manila, Makati, Muntinlupa, and Quezon City. Authorities believe that they are from a pet trade, escaped, and eventually are multiplying in the city. Health and environment officials warns that these squirrels may pose risk as they might carry rabies, which can be transmitted through bites and scratches. It is advised not to touch or capture them. Aside from health risk, they could cause infrastructure damage, as there were reports that the squirrels were chewing on cable wires.
Okay, we'll just take a short break. Keep it here on Billionaire News Channel. Wellness is wealth.
Welcome back. Yoga and Pilates instructor Joy Jacinto returns to show us a holistic option, sound healing. She is also a sound healing therapist using soothing frequencies and vibrations to help cleanse the mind and the body through sound.
This rich, aromatic, warm sound can quiet the mind and calm the nervous system, sound therapist Joy Jacinto says. For some, it is music for their soul that can bring deep healing when there's disharmony. Joy welcomed me to her quiet, intimate home for a short but soothing one-on-one sound therapy session.
So this sound therapy is very new to me. So ano po siya?
So, sound therapy, some people call it sound baths, sound bathing, sound healing. It's the practice of being in the presence of specific instruments to help balance your biofield. So biofield is the scientific term for energy body.
Sound healing is therapeutic modality with roots that trace back to ancient civilizations. Singing bowls, gongs, drums, cymbals, even chanting and vocalizations, to name a few, were used in ancient sound healing. Today, modern research is beginning to validate what these traditions have long practiced.
I got my training from Kathmandu. I used Tibetan singing bowls, and they're Tibetan singing bowls because these were used by Tibetan monks. So they use these bowls to create frequencies and play frequencies to help, balance their biofield or their energy and to feel calm and help them feel calm and peaceful too.
Outside of her sessions, Joy continues her practice in nature and beneath a tree, while raining, drawing inspiration from nature.
What if we just had a moment to pause and then just relax and just be aware of our bodies and what's happening all around us? And that's what sound healing does.
From among your practices, anong kaibahan niya?
Kaibahan niya is hindi siya movement. In sound healing, pwedeng umupo ka lang o pwede ka nga matulog.
Scientific principles show that sound can profoundly influence brain activity, guiding it into more relaxed and restorative states. Through specific frequencies and tones, sound healing has been found to help lower cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, while activating diverse brain networks linked to relaxation, emotional processing, and overall well-being.
When you hear the sounds of the instruments, these are sound waves. These emit specific frequencies and vibrations. And our cells, they vibrate. If you look through a microscope, our cells, they have energy, they vibrate. And, they resonate with these specific frequencies. So take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you lie here, using your exhalations to just release any tension or tightness that you might be feeling. Healing really begins when you feel relaxed. And I say that, I don't say that I'm like a sound healer, or all the practices that I do, I don't heal you. But I allow you, because of my practices that I share with my clients, I allow you to access your own way of healing. And the best way to access healing is connect to our own personal way of healing ourselves. We all have that. It's just that we forget.
While eyes closed, I indulged myself and just listened. In that brief moment, nothing else mattered but myself and the music that surrounded me.
Doc, yung mga ganong holistic modalities, can it help any.
Basically, it can help kasi anything that makes you feel good can increase yung feel-good hormones natin. That actually decreases the stress ng body.
Kahit anong sakit, diba?
Kahit anong sakit, even the senior citizens, nakakatulong ito.
Alright. Thank you, Doc. Every woman experiences it differently, from mild, barely noticeable changes to severe disruptive symptoms. Perimenopause is natural. It is a normal physiological process, not a disease. Always remember that you are not alone and this is normal.
Prioritize sleep. Establish a strict routine of sleep. Keep the bedroom cool and limit screens before bed. You can also adjust your diet. Focus on high-fiber foods, healthy fats, and calcium, vitamin D for bone health. Limit caffeine and alcohol, which can trigger hot flashes and disrupt sleep. Learn to manage your stress. Practice yoga, mindfulness, or meditation to lower cortisol levels and ease your anxiety. More importantly, get support. Talk to your friends, your family, or online communities. Sharing experiences also reduces the feeling of isolation. Thank you to all of you, wellness investors, for joining us today.
See you all again next week here on our show, where we value your total well-being. Live well, live wealthy. Wellness is wealth.